Hey guys,
Hi.
it's Jairus and Karen again. We are so excited. We just got back from a weekend leadership with very, very successful people learning different leadership skills and stuff. And it's 11:30 our time here in North Carolina, and we just were so excited we couldn't wait to make another video. Our video topic, something that's kind of been on our hearts for a few days to talk about, is self-worth. I'm just going to go over a quick snippet of what self-worth is, and Karen's going to go over how self-worth has played in her life and how she's learned learned her self-worth, I guess. I'll let her better explain that, but I don't want you to confuse the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that if you look in the mirror, you might not think you're pretty, or if you see the scale, you might not think you're skinny enough. Self-esteem is something how you feel about yourself and how you feel maybe other people see. Self-worth is something that you're born with. It's something God gave you. It's the worth on your life. No matter what you do wrong or right, that worth never changes. It's always constant. And it's priceless. And even if you feel like you have no self-worth, God is always going to have that self-worth value on your life. So no matter if you feel like you've lost it, like maybe you lose your self-esteem and you have to work to get it back, your self-worth is always going to be there when you're ready to accept it again. So I want to leave you with one verse, and I have to apologize. I have to read it. I'm working on my memory. It's 2 Corinthians 5:21. God imputed to us his own righteousness, not because we were worthy of it, but because we were unworthy, unlovable, and unable to make ourselves worthy in any way. He actually loved us in spite of our condition. And because he did, now we have infinite worth. So with that, I'm going to let Karen kind of take it off, but just remember that self-worth isn't the way you feel about yourself, but it's something always constant that God never takes away from you.
Yeah. Obviously Cherish has gone over what self-worth is, and I kind of just want to talk to you about what self-worth is to me and how it's played a huge role in my life over the past couple of months. For the longest time, I put my self-worth, and I valued my life based on the relationships that I was a part of in my life, and on the worldly things that were in my life. And God created you and I in his image, and we are worth more than any amount of worldly riches or goods, and we are priceless. Our lives are priceless. There's nothing that can compare to the value of life. And when you're able to grasp that and understand that you're worth more than that boyfriend that didn't treat you right, or you're worth more than that friend who betrayed you, or you're worth more than the grade you got on that paper that you studied so hard for, and you bombed it, whatever. You're worth more than that. And when I was able to grasp that understanding and that realization, God was able to put in my life really cool dreams and goals that I had never even imagined before. They've always been there, but I was able to kind of let God in to show me what it was. And that's kind of how, when about that time that I let that perspective come into my life, that's when we started Lynn and Nicole. So big things come from realizing your worth, and realizing and just being consciously aware of the fact that you are worthy and that you deserve the best, and that, like I said before, those worldly things do not define who you are and where you're going in life. It's not about, I don't know, it's not about where you came from or what you've done in the past. It's about where you're going, and the fact that you are worthy and that you were born with that. And when you're ready to accept it, great things will happen.
Absolutely.
So, and I don't know if you want to add to that or not, but I just know that it's been a really cool adventure, and so
No, that I mean, she did really good. Just it might take some homework for you to maybe read in the Bible and research some different verses that have to do with self worth. Self worth. Why is that so difficult? Self worth. But
it's a fucky word. Or saying, I guess you say, not really a word, but
but just remember, even if you don't, you might not be in a place that me and Karen are in right now. That was really proper grammar. Are in right now with realizing our self-worth. It took us a while to get to that position. So don't feel like if you don't understand what we're saying that, you'll never get there. It took us researching different Bible verses and just reading the Word and reading different books and going to leaderships like we did this weekend. Even though it was a leadership and it's not like self-worth might be a topic, that was something that just kind of came, that we kind of got
from the weekend.
Right, exactly. So just give yourself homework. Just dive into a Bible or dive into a book. Suggestion is Joyce Meyer is really, really good. Nancy Alcorn books are amazing at realizing how much you're worth and believing in yourself.
I say you can go to any Christian Bible store. Even Barnes and Nobles has a really great aisle with great resources. You just have to look for them. And she was saying it's taken us a long time to get to where we're at. With our self-worth and realizing that. I mean, I'm 24, almost 25 years old, and it's taken. When you're growing up, it's a little bit different, but. When you get into your college or high school and college years, you don't really realize. It's taken me years to figure that out. So, don't be too hard on yourselves.
Yeah. And also, maybe you're at a spot where we are now. Maybe you realize your self-worth, and maybe you know somebody who might not. It would be really good to maybe show them this video or send them a link to some verses. If I feel like if we had more people telling us how much we were worth growing up, or not that our families are bad or anything, but maybe if we realized sooner our self-worth, we would be further along. But that's God's plan, of course. But if you ever see anybody struggling with that, that might be part of their struggle. So anyways, we'll cut it short. We don't want to keep you forever, but we love you guys, and just remember that no matter what you feel about yourself, it's not your self-esteem. Just remember God has a certain worth on your life, and you just have to ask Him what that worth is, and you'll realize it.
You'll open your hearts up.
Absolutely.
So, all right, good night.